lifestyle of the young and dangerous. On the road to being rich and famous. Tell them I'm on the way.
Check this out, though. First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me with the sale.
Help us with the sale, family. It's your boy Amaru, and we are back with another episode of our top 100 hip hop songs of all time. Thank you for joining us again. We're getting down in there. We're not halfway yet, but we're getting close. We're going through 70 up through 61. As always, quick housekeeping. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you like music takes, not just hip hop, but a whole bunch of music, like 500 Takes channel. Thank you, Brooklyn the Bar, as always, for letting us do this here. And as you saw in the video, my man hosts events, my man does audio, my man does editing, my man does a whole bunch of stuff. So KB, tell them about the Oh You Fancy Hot cocktail party coming up. You are muted. That's how fire it is.
Thanks again. Yeah, I've had like a lot of noise going on in the background sometimes, so I gotta stay muted. But thanks again for putting the video on, just letting everybody know. Charlotte, North Carolina, July 11th at 8 p.m. Promise to God, Makeda Iroquois and Sonorous Wave. Or you fancy her. It's gonna be a gala event. Dress fancy. There's gonna be good food, good drinks, good times. You see the link below. Get your tickets now.
All right. If you are in the Charlotte area, go ahead and check it out. If you're close, drive up, go check it out anyway. And as always, for me, I'm over at Bite Size Breakdown, bitesizebreakdown.com, Bite Size Breakdown YouTube channel, checking out my movie takes as long as my music takes. And it's not a week without my man, Kolby. How you doing?
Yeah. What's up, what up?
Feeling good? Feeling all right? Feeling fancy?
I'm feeling great. It's a little gray down here, Central Florida, but that's okay because I'm here with some bright fellas to be able to perk me up with some good music to be able to reminisce on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I know a lot of Canadians. And here's another one. You also might have seen him on Bite Size Breakdown on the YouTube channel every once in a while. And also he writes for CG Magazine, my man Shak. Shak, how you feeling, fam? Thank you for being our guest this week.
Of course, appreciate it. It is hot as fuck over here. Like, god damn, it actually is. I'm sweating like crazy right now because of the heat. But other than that, I'm good. I'm excited to talk about some good ass songs, and we have some good ass songs in this list.
Yeah, we do. We getting to the point where just all of them are amazing. All of them are great. I live everywhere. I know everyone. That's what it is. I will say, there might be one song this week I'm not too fond of, but we'll get there when we get there. Next week we are back on Tuesday, 60-51 on July 8th at 7 p.m. We got the 7 p.m. slot taken, just moving around the dates. But you know what? We're gonna get straight into it. And Shak, I told you that you might have to do a little work. Well, off top, you have to do some little work.
Okay.
We do have a tie. We have a tie. For what is going to be number 70 and what is going to be number 79. And I'm going to start off with Miss Lauryn Hill herself.
Oh, God.
You Up That Thing. I have it at number 43. KB has it at number 101. And I remember the event this was when this came out. All the way through the Grammys season, sweeping those awards, first Black female artist, hip-hop artist to win album of the year. This song, just every time I hear it, makes me miss her. It makes me really, really upset that I actually bought a ticket to her show in Charlotte, expecting to actually see her ass, in any way, shape, or form.
You made that mistake.
I think KB, it was like 6 years ago, and KB told me, dude, I don't know why you bought that in any way, shape, or form. But starting with the soul and the piano of that beat, just knowing you're going into something you might not have heard before, the mixture of singing and rapping, and just being able to she's given equal opportunity ass whippings to people who are just not thinking about anything other than that thing. And a very weirdly, like, I'm not gonna say in a not subtle, but like not like judgmental, no cursing really. They even, like, on the album version, they even edit this out. But this just proves that she's multifaceted, multi-talented, and this song Just when she guys, you know you better, and then you stop. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's one of the best songs. I'm actually a little. I'm not that surprised now that it's not even in the top 50. But you know what? There's a lot of great hip hop out there. KB, you have it at 101. Talk about where you were when you first heard this one.
High school. And this wasn't even the first song I heard off the album. At least for me, the first single that came out was Lost Ones.
Yeah.
And the only reason I knew about that, I remember because I was driving at the time. I drove to school, and there was this girl who used to get on my nerves. Um, and she was humming the song. She kept singing the hook of Lost Ones over and over again. So I'm like, yo, what the hell are you singing? Like, why you keep singing that? She was like, oh, you ain't know. Lauryn Hill dropped a new joint. You ain't know. So I'm like, Lauryn Hill dropped a single. So I started doing my research, whatever. So it was Lost One, and then later on, I learned about that thing. And I like this song too, not as much as Lost Ones, but this was when this single dropped. Like every girl in school was singing it. Every girl was singing it, word for word. Like you could not escape it. It was definitely a bop when it came out, and I was happy to see. And I mean, no disrespect to like Kim or Foxy, but it was good to see, like, for lack of a better word, wholesome hip hop from a woman. Because I felt like at that time we was getting a lot of the raunchy because Kim was kind of taking over everything, and everybody was trying to follow that formula. You know what I mean? So it was refreshing to see that somebody like Lauren to come out um, with an album like that, probably one of the greatest albums of all time, um, and just kind of show everyone, especially young girls, like you can be this. You could be this too. It's okay to be like this.
Yeah, and it's just the multifaceted ways you can be when it comes to hip hop or be anything. When you hit that hook, that watch out, and she just overlays herself with all those different ways she's singing. It's just like you said. I refreshing is the word. Kolby, you didn't have it on the list, but I know you couldn't escape it. How you feel about this?
I want to humbly apologize. when it was offered up to me before tonight's occasion to make changes, in the spirit of being fair, I could have, because in no way should this not be representative on our 100. I remember the first time that I was compiling my list, and I wanted to categorize this as R&B.
Understandable.
And I think that I was like, in my mind, I said, oh, if I want Lauren to be on this 100, I'm going to take her from the Fugees and move it over, right? I fucked up. I should have been on there, because in my mind, what was most definitely R&B was Killing Me Softly, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that was at the front of my brain. I was like, oh, wait, do I have that thing? I'm sorry. I'm glad it's here. It probably should be high. No, not probably. It should be higher. This is an amazing record. Obviously, the album at that time was one of the highest debut albums of all time in Grammy history, right? Like it was phenomenal. I mean, definitely in regards to her for the female records. I mean, I just remember that picture of her. She just had a gang of like this. Like it was. Mm-hmm. It was truly crazy. I'm not even gonna say like the fall off is wild. I think Lauren still to this day is in the mix of dealing with things that absolutely fueled this banger of a song and the rest of the cuts that were on the album. As much as I love this album, her Unplugged album is transcendent to me, and it is a truly spiritual journey, but you could hear the elements of like that inside of this, and she's doing some unique, things with the influences of the jazz and the soul, but then still keeping this very much hip hop song. Once again, I humbly apologize, Lauren, if you're listening. I'm sorry, Mama, but you hear it.
Yeah, you hear. I think everybody thinks of this hook and thinks of the R&B, but then you go into different flows. And when the Pac Style by the Wasteman, Chris Style by the Caseman, sitting there by the just switching it like that, you realize no, Lauren spits. Mm-hmm. Lauren spits. Shaq, what do you think about Doo-Wop that thing? I think I've asked you before. I know you might be a little. How old are you now?
I'm 32. So
you're not that young.
I was 5 when this song came out, so like I can't tell you about like what the streets was like when it was out, but like I remember Lauren was everywhere at this point because with this song, and even with I remember this happening. Killing Them Softly was still getting massive amounts of play at that point. Even dude, there was a Sesame Street special I used to watch a bunch as a kid called Elmo Palooza, and the Fugees had a song on there talking about the alphabet, and I remember that was my favorite song on there. So like I was already a Lauren fan before I really was concerned with like, oh, this is what like music I like. It's like she was already like an early presence, and I do still love this song, even though I had like in the basis of like Twitter like conversation. This essentially is a Twitter discourse song just made in 1998. Like it's. Someone brought up that this essentially is kind of like as much as I am happy that she's like the strength from the norm, like from what you said from like Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown and everything, that it is still low-key kind of like a respectability politics song a little bit. And it doesn't detract the song from me, but it's like it is kind of funny that like these topics that we go on Twitter go like, oh, we're tired of these topics. This shit is endless. It has always been there. It will continue to be there for pretty much ever. But musically, this song is still amazing. As you're talking about, like the parts where she's like singing over herself, essentially the doo-wop part of the whole song is still that's one of my favorite moments in music like ever. I go back to that, and especially when the strings come in to bring the beat back, I'm like, yes. This, it's a great fucking song. There's not really much else to say about it than this song is so good. The hook still it still holds. Like this song could be released right now, and even with all I said about like respectability or whatever, if the song came out today, it would still be a heater. Like this thing would still go by storm. So
extremely.
Yeah. I love this song. I'm desperately concerned to see what this is tied with.
I have a feeling based on what I'm looking at right now, what's going to win it out, but we'll see. Because I haven't really dug too deep into your music sensibilities outside of the One Gotta Stay when we did soundtracks. Before we move on, though, how many of y'all really, really want to know what happened to that teacher and those students talk about love after every track? Because from her Fugees album, the skits after the songs are just as fire. Yeah, just as fire. As that. I'm listening to the skit right now. I'm like, yeah.
I like it, but I'm a person who I'm like, I'd want my skits to be separate from the songs itself. Because sometimes I just want to listen to the song and not with and then there's sometimes where I want to listen to the album full all the way through. But yeah, those days I'm like, please separate them out so I can listen to it as is.
Yeah, bring back the skits, man. Like I miss them. I'm gonna talk about one when we come up a little bit like further inside of this episode. One of my favorite skits with Mickey. But yeah.
Hey, but you were asking what we were doing. This man missed out finally last week, but we have gone 3 out of 4 top 10s with him and his songs on there. So we was mad last week. We back. It's Nas.
Oh God.
It's Nas. Okay, well then there you go. That's beautiful. It's The World Is Yours. Again, I think I mentioned before, you could probably put every song from this album on this list, but I think this is number 2 from Illmatic. I had it at 49. KB had it at 95. KB, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, like I said, man. Like I said in previous episodes, this was putting this list together was very difficult, and I didn't want to have my Northeast bias take over the whole top 50. So I had to push this down a bit, because there's definitely other Nas songs that I like a lot more than this song. But man, Nas at this time was, to me, peak Nas. peak Nas. Like Nas in the beginning, in his debut album, like it was just like, who is this cat? Like his lyrical prowess is like nothing nobody ever really seen before. Like it was like really kicking the door, waving the 4-4 type of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
By this time,
Oh
though,
shit! I forgot about that song. Wow.
yeah, yep, you sure did. You sure
Shit.
did. And don't think I didn't notice.
That's on me. That's 100% on me.
So,
Shit.
so,
Too late now. Too fucking late now.
so, so when I'm looking at when I think about this song and this era, like again, too, this was around the time where hip hop as a whole was really starting to take over the globe. Um, and what a what a fitting song to kind of display that than this song, but also the message too, like
Mm-hmm.
that being resonated throughout, throughout the world. Like whose world is this? It's yours. Take it, get it, get to it. You know what I mean? Like I love it, yo. But it, like I said, this song would have been a lot higher, but I could not let my Northeast bias take over too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's still a little bit of bias up there when we get further up in this list, but
Mhm.
I couldn't overdo it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. I think this is, I've mentioned it before. I have 3 songs off this album. Pretty sure this is the second highest. I got one more higher than this. Definitely not definitely got a hell of a lot of Nas on my list in general, but this landed at 49. One, like Illmatic, and there's songs off of Illmatic whose entire verses are just lyrical masterpieces in themselves. And I consider the first verse on this one of his best ever, but not his best. Before I even get into that, just the whole fact that he had Primo and Q-Tip and Pete Rock fighting to make records for him on this. Pete Rock just coming in, and this is not even like I wouldn't even know if this is Pete Rock's best beat, but this is a beat where he's like, I'm just gonna smoothly lay a lot of this jazz on you, but then go wild out with the DJ scratches. And just you like Lauryn Hill had the doo-wop break. Pete Rock said, "Now let me do my little DJ break in between the second and third verse here and blow your mind real quick as you wilding out." But this is the funny thing about what KB said about like the message in terms of the world is yours and all that. Nas is presenting this luxury rap to the fullest. This is like what Rick Ross wants to be sometimes. Like if you've seen the video, he's in a hot tub with the champagne bottle. Just it's absolutely wild the ways he goes in and out of, especially that first verse. Sipping down P, watching Gandhi as I'm charging, writing in my book of rhymes, all the words past the bar. And you just keep going to the point where like 2 of his bars on that first verse became hooks for bangers later. The Thief's theme, play me a night they don't act right, and then I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents for both him and Jay. Like the lyrical ability mixed with the smoothness and the absolute ridiculousness of the production. The world is yours is again not even my favorite off this album, but again, Illmatic just from front to back is so damn good. But I love this song, and I love just the flow, the cadence. And I'm just going to stick to that first verse because that first verse is just really giantly heavy over at the rest of the song for me because I absolutely love how he kicks in that way. Shaq, I'm going to go to you now before we go over to Kolby. How you feel about the world is yours?
Okay.
And then give you a little time when Kolby goes to kind of figure out what order you
Here's the thing. I've already figured it out.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now that like I think out of the 2, I'm gonna put The World Is Yours as like the higher on the bracket, but that's because The World Is Yours is my favorite Nas song ever.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go.
To me, it is to me his absolute masterpiece. And you're talking about like the production, Pete Rock on this. So literally 2 years ago, I'd made myself a list of my 50 favorite beats of hip hop, 50 favorite hip hop beats of all time, with like the caveat with like 3 per producer. And The World Is Yours is number 6 on that list. So to me, like I love a piano sample, and this is the epitome of how well to use a piano sample. Like, this shit is so beautiful. I could listen to this beat for like 2 hours straight. I have done that doing doing homework in college. And when you get to Nas's actual lyricism, like you said, that first verse, immaculate. The second one, to my people throughout Queens, God bless your life. Like, come on. Like, every single line, I'm there just absorbing. I find new things that I didn't catch the first time. Like, this is essentially, to me, a God MC at like one of his most godliest. So I adore this song to death.
Yeah, Jim
gave you
Jones.
the right one.
Jim Jones wish he could.
Yep.
Wish he could.
This
Wish he
discourse
could.
between that is so dumb. I'm like, why are you even putting yourself on any kind of pedestal next to, like, not to fully discredit Jim Jones, but like, brother, you not even like the third best member on your own team.
Not even the third. Not even the third.
Yeah, exactly. Not even the third.
I'm gonna throw this because like you're not gonna sit there and disrespect Nas like that. I'm sorry. That to me that just put him even lower in my ranking as far as talented rappers are concerned.
Yeah.
Because like you're not gonna disrespect Nas. We're not doing it.
When I'd rather listen to Freaky Zeke over you.
Yeah. I'm about to do that. Yeah. For real.
and when he said throw the numbers, I really wanted people to throw the numbers at him just to realize that it's not even close. Kolby, how you feel about The World Is Yours?
See, unlike Jim, my lack of disrespect comes from the fact that when this song came out, I was 8 years old, and I didn't have anyone actively in my life to be like, "Hey, yo, Luke, cuz you got to listen to this." So it just fell by the wayside more and more and more, and I felt that my fandom of Nas came from his more modern classics as opposed to this. I'm sorry. I ain't Jim, but The World Is Yours is a great song. It's just not representative of my 100, but I'm glad it's in everybody else's.
Yeah, man. It's just going back to Jim. Dude, in any way, shape, or form, we're not skirting past this. What are you talking about? And I know you kept trying to say like Nas was your dude, was your idol, but and I get trying to big up yourself, but there's a difference between confidence and delusion. And delusional, you went way past him.
I will say this. I agree. Kolby, like, same thing for me with Kolby, that like, brother, my intro to Nas was You Owe Me with Genuine. That was the first Nas song I ever heard. I was like, oh, cool. All right, cool. And I heard The World Is Yours. I think the first time was like I want to say it was like NBA Live 2000. I think it was on that soundtrack. I might be wrong, but like it was definitely on a soundtrack that I was like, what is this? And
was it that or was it NBA Street? Because NBA Street always had the fire.
No, it was. Let me see.
Because both of those, I just remember my boys playing basketball. I was like, yes, The World Is Yours.
Yeah, I might be wrong. It wasn't NBA Live 2000. It might have been NBA Street.
Because I just remember the NBA Street always having the fire soundtracks.
But I remember, hearing the piano going like, what the hell? Like, this is amazing. Yeah, like I said, I got obsessed.
Was The World Is Yours a radio hit?
I don't know.
Yep, it definitely is. Definitely was. Yep.
Okay.
1000%.
See, that's what happens when you don't got no car.
What I can't say, brother.
When you don't got no car, I was
came out.
radio.
Look, I also came to Illmatic late. I was there when It Was Written came out and dropped. Like that is probably actually the beginning of my music journey. Is when I remember music it's this and It's Dark as Hell Is Hot. Those two and Crucial Conflict, The Final Tick, because I was in Chicago at the time. Those three, just from there on out, I remember. And then I had to go back to Illmatic. But yeah, this song is amazing. So just to be clear, both classics, but we got Do Out That Thing at 70 and The World Is Yours at 69. According to Shak, I love getting our guests a little input in between all three of ours. We're going to go from one classic that you hear on media to another classic that you hear on damn near every movie, at least like every 6 months. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles loves them. One of the most iconic string intros ever. Can I Kick It? Yes, you can. Can I Kick It? Kolby, you haven't started one out yet. You had it at 111. I'm going to go to you first, sir. Go talk about it.
Yo, I think this is just smooth, man. The bass that's on this song is probably, like, in regards to hip hop records, top 10. It's iconic. Once again, we're always gonna big ups, especially for me, Rue, like just our love for film. This is transcended hip hop to be quintessential, just like chill, cool. It's in the name of the song. Can I kick it? Yes, we can. Can I kick? Like, one, how can you not play this at any type of old school party, right? If you just want to like be in that groove, get with that sound, be able to just have a good time, this is cool, redefined at that particular time. And I think also it was like nice to kind of have a downshift for when this song came out. Like, granted, there was more conscious rap and it was like elevated by that, but also you could feel like the tides kind of turning with a bit more gangster rap that was kind of around it, and you still had this pocket that this could be able to like be in, and I appreciate that a lot. This was something that like it'd be impossible to not have it as a part of the 200, but I'm glad that cumulatively we got it to where it needed to be. Yes, we can.
Yeah, man. I have it all the way down at 26. If you know, we had electric relaxation a couple of tens ago, and I have electric relaxation a little higher because every time I hear "Can I Kick It," I'm reminded of how much they take their time with this song. So like, there's a little bit of while I have it at 26, so you know I absolutely love it, but there's a little bit of reminders of like, oh yeah, you got to kind of go back to the speed of it, because electric relaxation for me is the perfect amount of smoothness, but enough of a rhythm to just really, really get into this. This one, you just chill and slow the hell down, waiting for them to finally like get into, like, it takes them like 10, 12, 14, 16 bars to start saying, "Can I kick it?" And then they do it again in between Q-Tip and Fife's verse. And I already established Fife is the guy I get excited about anytime Tribe comes on. I love Tip. But I hear Fife and I'm like, all right, let's go. And it takes again, we keep talking about songs that have these breaks, long breaks that are beautiful and great. And this is the again, epitome of Tribe sound. This is the song everybody knows. This is a song on every single movie. I'll say this now. This ain't the only song on this 10 we're going over today that is highly featured in TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Multiple times, and for good reason, because that movie is dope as shit, and you need vibe and flavor. And Can I Kick It? It's one of the quintessential call and response in hip hop. On top of that, just to get a smile on your face. Beautiful record. Shaq, go ahead, talk about it, sir.
Okay, so one thing I forgot to bring up during The World Is Yours is that one of my favorite coming of age movies is The Whackness with Josh Peck and Ben Kingsley. And that movie opens with him doing like a dream sequence set to The World Is Yours. And there's later in the movie, because it's over the course of a summer, there's a point where it gets to July when it's getting real hot. Everything is getting like slowing down. And they start playing Can I Kick It? Because it's set in New York in 94. And yeah, they start playing Can I Kick It? And I picture that movie so often whenever I'm listening to this now, that like I feel like it's a song that I play every summer now, especially during the heat waves and shit. So even right now,
I was gonna say the sun is just shining more and more on your face as you talk more and more about it.
Right now, so yeah, I'm feeling it right now. But yeah, and this is also going to be a refrain for me from some of these songs. But this is my favorite song from insert artist here, and this is my favorite Tribe song. That again, going to I'm a big production like fan. Like that's the thing that always hooks me in initially. And so with the Lou Reed sample that they use here, that's just repeating all over that bass, like we were talking about, is so iconic. It's so like you feel transported every time you hear it. And the break is one of the oddest breaks I've ever heard that still works. Because in between each verse before they get to the hook, it's like it almost what it would sound like an audio car crash, because it's jamming in. I don't remember what the name of it is for like what that sample is, but it's jamming like almost sounds like an organ mixed with like a little soul at the end of it, like a gospel person singing at the end. It sounds odd, but it somehow perfectly fits the vibe of the song still. And like you said, the call and response 20 years from now we'll still be doing Can I Kick It, because it's such an easy way to just get the crowd going. Fife's verse is amazing. Q-Tip's verse is amazing. Yeah, like this with this, it's just a perfect summer song, if anything. That's how I put it.
For real. I was surprised when I see KB did not have this one on his list. I don't know if it's the bias. I don't know if it's the Tribe thing. But KB, talk about Can I Kick It?
Wait, hold on. Do you hate Tribe?
Who, me?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
No, this just wasn't what, like, when I think about this song as a youth, I just remember this not being one of my favorite songs of them. That's all.
Okay. That's
Like,
fair.
yeah, so I didn't really give this song that much. I had friends that thoroughly enjoyed this song, and I don't mind hearing it like at a cookout or anything like that. But it definitely wasn't one of their songs that connected with me, and that's the only reason why I didn't go on the list. I agree with what you're saying as far as like there are. I think they were probably one of the last groups that really tapped in to the original style of putting music together production wise, where a lot of people sampling, jazz, sometimes classic rock, um, maybe even a little classical. They would like go all over the place with their samples to put these tracks together. And Tribe was definitely good at selecting the songs that really fit the mood that they're trying to relay, and that was one of the songs that did it. I think what you described as far as like the summertime, everybody chilling, that type of, like, that song fits that vibe, and that's the space that I used to hear that a lot. But as far as like songs that of theirs that grabbed me, this wasn't one of them. So that's the only reason why it's not on the list. I don't think it's trash at all.
Okay.
It just didn't come to me as something that I needed to mention on this list.
I will say also, when they did the 25th anniversary of People's Instinctive Travels, that J. Cole had produced a remix of this song. And I don't think it's better than the original, but it is a remix I actually do like listening to quite a bit.
It's on one of his albums?
No, it's on the Tribe Called Quest, like the 25th anniversary edition of People's Instinctive Travels. He produced his own remix of it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, J. Cole's a pretty damn good producer.
Yeah, he's surprisingly really great. Like he has a quiet catalog of like hits that like not like stuff he didn't produce for himself that you're like, oh, that's surprisingly really good. Like High Power. I remember finding out that J. Cole produced that. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
A little secret of, well, I don't even know if it's really a secret, but so I used to work in Quad Studios up in New York, and J. Cole used to be in there like almost all the time at that time anyway. And they would say like, yeah, man, J. Cole up in there cooking. So like we would like listen at the door and just hear like just crazy beats coming out of there. And I'm like, yo, J. Cole produced this? That's crazy. Like, I wonder if this what album is going to end up on, things like that. So yeah, like he definitely has, I don't think there's enough talk about that side of him, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, Can I Kick It? It's Tribe. Again, not the last time we see Tribe on this list, for sure. But we're gonna move on to number 67. Salt and Pepper is here, and we're in effect. Push It. KB had it at 24. Kolby had it at 101. KB, I'm gonna go over to you this time. You had it at 24, pretty high on the list. I'm looking at the video right now. Iconic as shit. How you feel about it?
Yeah, iconic as hell. And as a youth, I had a big crush on Pepper. Big crush on Pepper. So when this song came out too, and this is again before the Kim and the Foxies and everybody else, obviously. It was them giving fun party music, and it was like, I want to say too, it was like woman empowerment to a degree, because not to say that all rappers were like, would scoff at the idea of women rapping. I mean, there definitely was some even around that time, but like them two were undeniable, man. Like these sisters was dropping bangers after bangers after banger back in the day, yo. And they was fine as hell without having to show a lot. You know what I mean? Like that was the other thing too. Like they didn't have to do too much. They didn't have to be overly sexual. Like they were just the right amount. Just the right amount of spice. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and like that was attractive to me as a youth. So I was like, yeah, like, and I mean, not for nothing too. They definitely at that time in the 90s. If you're fortunate enough to find any type of video in the 90s, like that was our version of sexy back then. Like the bamboo earrings, girls was fully dressed, but just it was tight enough so you could maybe picture a little something. You know what I mean? And people was moving with people was calling each other queen and king, and like that era. You know what I mean? Not this wild shit that they doing now. And I don't give a shit if I sound old. It just is what it is. But yeah, man, like I just it was just an era of fun, man, and at the time too, where like the '90s was kind of rough. It was really nice to have something like that, like them and TLC too. Like they brought a lot of energy and color and just vibes, man, just vibes all day. So I could not have this song on the list.
Kolby, you added at 101.
Yeah, man. Shout out to, I think the group. I kind of grew up thinking it was just two, but we got to shout out Spinderella in the back, and like what they did was define sexy for a new generation of female MCs that wasn't Queen Latifah, that wasn't MC Light. It was doing something a little bit packaged differently. And you're right, it was like the most refined, but like appropriately hood, sexy. And the fact that they can still come with it on the mic, like you can hear it like inside of their tonality, with their lyrics. They were not afraid to go there. Like things that were taboo for women, they pushed down barriers. Like obviously, like Push It, this is a highly sexually suggestive song, and it crossed genres. It was big in hip hop. It was big on the pop charts, and like still to this, it's used in commercials, right? Like, and it's so catchy. Oh, baby. Like the little something, like one, it takes that Miami, like that Miami sound from the late 80s and like infuses it with like some East Coast stuff. And like, I know that they were embroiled with a little bit of like kind of messed up management and stuff like that, but they overcame that. They even had, in my opinion, a song that maybe wasn't as iconic as Push It, but like really did some Let's Talk About Sex was like huge. And like it turned into this entire movement. So like all the respect to them. I wish I could have put it a bit higher, but I'm glad that as doing my homework, we had to fit it within our personal 200, and it's made its way in the lift. Shout out to Salt and Pepper, especially Salt.
Hey, there you go. You got one for Pepper, one for Salt. Spinderella was fine.
She's still fine.
I was just about to say I do not want to sleep on Spinderella because Spinderella
fine. And a fire DJ, fire producer. I love Salt and Pepper. I had What a Man on my personal 200. Easy. Absolutely love it because like if I could get En Vogue into a hip hop list, I'll do it. Because also speaking of fire. And then KB had Shoop on his, and I was like, oh hell no, of course. There's no way I'm not putting Shoop on there.
Yeah.
Why the hell do you think Ryan Reynolds is on that bridge rapping that song word to Deadpool? Like, come on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let the Shaq end on some positive because this is the one song on the list. I don't know why. I've never liked this song. I don't know why. I respect it. Yeah. It's not trash at all. But when I hear it, I'm like, ooh, baby. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm good. It's just a sound I don't like, and I don't get it. But go ahead, Shaq. Give me more positive.
I am with you. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Salt and Pepper song. It would probably be also probably is Shoop. But man, talk about a song that's on everything. Like literally, I'm looking on the Wikipedia. They used this shit in as recently as 2021 in the fucking Boss Baby sequel. Like this song has, like you said, has transcended as like one of the greatest dance songs ever. And like, it's not my favorite lyrically or even production wise, but like it is. I'm not gonna lie, if it gets on, I'm gonna start moving. I'm gonna start like it's one of those things. It's still effective all these years later, and like there's not much I can say else that like you guys haven't already said. Salt Pepper fucking changed the game. I'm happy that they're on this list because it would be disrespectful. It would be a list you throw out if they weren't on here in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it had to be. And I figured it would be this one. I was hoping, shoot, one of the other two were going to sneak in. But I'm not mad at this at all. I'm not mad at this one bit. So we're going to go on to this, to number 66. I'm going to look at KB's face here. I don't know if it's too early or not, but it ain't too early for me.
It's not too, brother. It's 10 years.
We gonna be all right. Shaq, you go ahead and start out with this one as our guest. It is one of the earliest, most recent songs on this list for us. But I feel like it has been a long enough time. All Right by Kendrick Lamar. Speak on it, man.
It's caused enough real life impact to like there's songs that like you see like the impact over time where it's like, oh, this is a banger. Like, no, this was like a defining song in terms of just like actual trying to make like social change. And you don't really see that often. And the songs that still like have that message, but still work so sonically as just a song you could just like vibe to regardless. Like, this is some of like Pharrell's like best production work ever. The vocal performance by like Kendrick is like, this is literally the moment where you see him go from like, okay, no, he's a cool artist, like he's one of the coolest artists working right now, to like, oh no, this is going to be a man who's going to like define, like who's going to shape rap music in his image for the future. And I know that sounds like glazing, but like it's one of those things, like, but it's, there's no way to really, for me to like find ways against it. Like, it's a song that like you feel the energy of it. It's still, even people going out in the streets for like social, like for protests and whatnot, it's still being done now with the protests happening right now. So even for like, it's just, it's such a good fucking song. And like, recency bias, it's already been 10 years. So like, I can't even say recent. So it's, this song is fucking special. Like,
yeah, and on this album too.
Yeah, oh yeah, on an album that's already fucking special, but like, this is the one. Yeah. If I have one complaint, it's not about the song itself; it's about the video. Kendrick is an asshole for not releasing the song that happens before the song.
I was gonna say that. Where is that song? Where is that song?
Like, he didn't double down. Like, thankfully he did it for Squabble Up. He's like, all right, I'll actually release it.
We were gonna be mad at Squabble Up.
This is the one I'm still waiting on.
We're all waiting on what the hell that song was. Cause yeah, we were all in that, and then he stopped and went to the video. KB, I'm gonna go to you before me and Kobe talk about why we had it on the list. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I didn't have it on the list because I didn't even think about it. Again, like, I was going by, older songs that affected my life or affected people around me. And this didn't come up on my radar at all. Probably because, I think it's because I had to think about this the other day. The whole stuff that's been going on with him and Drake recently, everything that's come out of that album has felt so new. So I didn't even think to put any Kendrick songs on this list because everything just feels very new with Kendrick right now. So I didn't even think about anything further back than than his latest work. And honestly and truthfully, there's definitely some stuff from like, I want to say like Section 80 days that I should have put on this list. But in any event, I do like this song. Yeah, people do use it for like what you described, Shak, as far as like, social awareness and stuff like that. I don't know. I really don't even know why I didn't think about this song in particular, because it has been, like you said, at least 10 years. So, my bad on missing this one.
Okay, look, I'm glad it's on the list. It is a lot of defining moments in my life. But more superficially, recently, there were 3 people in the theater, including me, when I went to go see Piece by Piece. And I was having a fucking concert in my seat watching that movie. I love Piece by Piece just because Pharrell has basically been the soundtrack of my life. One of the guys is the soundtrack of my life. And I forgot he did all right. So when that song came on and you realize how he goes to his 4 count in, da, 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 da. Like, I was like, where's the 4 count? And then I heard, I was like, oh my, yeah. Like, the beat is fire. And then, yeah, like, this is one of the few songs that I continuously used every single time I was in charge of the music for assemblies at my school in Oakland. Like they went to me, was like, what are we playing as they come in? All Right is one all the time, every single time. It is a transcendent song that's going to be a protest song, but it's also just, it's also a bop. And the way he flows in and out, my knees in weak and my gun might blow, but we gonna be all right. I might have told the story already, but I'm gonna tell it again if not. Kendrick's highest selling concert was in Charlotte, right? My dad, when he heard he was going on tour, immediately bought a ticket for himself and for my nephew or whatever, right? And when he did that, my dad is also 73 and called me and said, hey, just in case I don't want to go, I'm tired, go to the concert or whatever, right? And then like a month before the concert, he called me and was like, you know, your nephew made a really, really good point. I bought this concert, and then I'm saying these words for him just to flex because my dad likes to just flex. But I realized I don't know any fucking songs from Kendrick. I just know All Right. So I'll be at this fucking concert, not knowing shit and waiting for All Right. Go take the tickets. Go have a good time. This song is a shining light and a shining light of an album. An album that I would rank like 4th out of 4 in my favorite Kendrick song albums, just because of the vibe, and only because you have to be in a vibe to listen to it for me. Mm-hmm. But this song I can put on at any time, and it just reminds me every time of how good it is, production wise, lyrically, flow, all of that. Kolby, you had it at 74, man. What do you feel about it?
My New York bias won't allow me to color the bop that this song is, because I don't believe that K-Dot leans into that West Coast flow that would typically turn me off. I believe that this is one of the greatest intros in modern hip-hop recordings. This song is fueled by anger, but it lives in like this complacency of just like, it's okay. We've come back from a lot worse. It doesn't diminish Black Lives Matter and what that movement was and how this was like at the precipice of that. Like the timing of this song, I think is what culture resonates, and it like uplifts it for me. And when I thought by, I guess in my mind, the story of hip hop and what we wanted to represent, even with some biases, I can't deny how powerful this song was. How technically sound his flow is, particularly here. Like you said it, you know, like the way he weaves in and out in the chorus is so good. And I'm sorry, but like any song that like blatantly says nigga a lot for a lot of different things, it's great for me as someone who's a connoisseur of nigga. Like this is great. All's my life I've been fighting.
Nigga, you gotta fully lead into it.
Like that's fantastic.
What year did this song come out? Did it come out
10 years ago? This was Tomorrow will make 10 years. June 30th, 2015.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, because you mentioned BLM, I was like, I'm pretty sure this came out before the whole BLM thing.
Mm-hmm. No, it was like basically
right
simultaneously.
It really was, and like it's like. It's like he had the foresight to kind of know that it was going to be used. Like, I don't want to say like as a weapon, like to ignite, but like to like unite us.
Fire rather than something. Ignite.
Yes, yeah. And it's hip hop has a way of like always kind of being like in that right pocket of timing for really big moments in like just culture or in Black history, and particularly this song. Like, it's crazy to think that one, this sounds fresher. And it also goes to show how quickly 10 years can just like fly like right on by. Like in a little bit, we will have to reckon with some songs up like in the past 10 years and like another 10 years. But I only think the songs that are truly stand the test of time are like the ones that we've been talking about before this, from, you know, the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. Like it has to be special to be coming out in 2015 and us talking about it right now.
Yeah, because it's wild when we get to like when we were in 2002, 2003, we had already said Illmatic is the greatest of all time, and only been out 10 years.
Yeah,
like,
people have been
it's the same length of time.
Definitive about it. Like even I think about like when people put like Kendrick in like their greatest of all time list, and I'm like, we were doing that with Jay, and he was like what 8 years in.
Yeah.
We're now like
Yeah, I was not one of those people.
no,
Like,
but people were entertaining those discussions.
yeah,
You know?
I used to slap people metaphorically in the face with Timberland. I'm like, yo, relax. You're like, get off, do
We
dick.
need,
Like,
yeah, at
he's nice.
least,
The songs is nice. The albums was nice, but get off, do dick. It's only
yeah.
been a year or 2 years or three. Like, relax. You know what I mean?
We need a 10-year. To me, it's always been a 10-year minimum buffer
Yeah.
at least,
Mhm.
and so he's already passed that threshold. So like, I could comfortably put him within my top 10 right now. But I will say one aside about this song. The most deranged mashup I've ever heard is taking the beat from All Right, but they put the lyrics of Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. And you know what? It made that song listenable.
Wow. We got Ed Sheeran shade. Nobody shades Ed Sheeran that much, so this is hilarious.
I actually really like Ed Sheeran. I just think that's the worst song he's ever done, and that became the most popular one he ever did.
It is. Yeah. Hey, I don't got an opinion here and there on that. I just like Ed Sheeran as a dude. I will say last thing for me on All Right. One, a lot of our fight songs and a lot of our my words just come out of my head. Protest songs that come out are usually more aggressive, fighting. He goes and pulls back into the essence of us as a people and say, nah, we gonna find a way. We gonna be all right. That kind of hits a little bit more powerful, especially recently, than having to like come at people fighting. Like, no, this is about us. And then secondly, gonna go back to personal. I used to work on Treasure Island, which is the little island right in between Oakland and San Francisco. When you cross the Bay Bridge, he recorded the video on this on Treasure Island, and I was just all up in there like, yep, I know that place. I loved it. I loved it. I think from the jump, me and Kolby were talking about how videos are just as quintessential to this list as the song themselves. Black and white, hanging upside down from the or sitting on top of the street light. It's just dope as hell. Dope as hell. But we're gonna move on to another, what I think is one of the most slept on hip hop artists ever, if you think about it, because even before the song came on or we thought about it, I forgot to. Like people, like kids today is like, LL Cool J is a rapper? Yes. Queen Latifah is a rapper? Motherfucker, yes. Yes. And UNITY 20, yeah. KB, you had it at 26, man. Wax poetic on this shit.
Listen, I'm giving female rappers. I had to put the female rappers in the top 50. These specific female rappers like Salt and Pepper and Queen Latifah, because they molded hip hop, especially for women, right? And around this time, there was a lot of stuff going on, not just with like, HIV and AIDS and, stuff like that, but it was definitely like a lot of back and forth conversations about respect towards women, right? And when Queen Latifah first of all, I would have never thought that somebody could have put a song like this together and make it a bop at the same time. Back then, anyway, like on such a serious topic, right? So, and Queen Latifah was dope. This was also like a little bit of a transformation for her, because when she first came in the scene, I don't know how many people know, like she was very on the Pan-African wave, like
ladies first, all that. The video with the hat,
almost black feminist, almost, but not in a negative way, right? And it was kind of refreshing to see her kind of take this transformation and kind of put out music that was a little bit more down to earth and relatable to the masses. And UNITY did it for me. Also, I enjoyed the little cameo from Naughty by Nature. I forget my man's name.
Tretch.
No, not Tretch.
The other dude that nobody ever remembers.
That nobody ever remembers. Yeah.
I'm looking at the name right now. Hold on.
Yeah.
But, his little acting debut in the video, grabbing up on Queen Latifah and her, smacking him or whatever the case may be. But I enjoyed that video. I enjoyed that song. I've even heard people sing it in like TV shows and movies from time to time. So that's another refreshing thing to see a song like that still kind of leak and seep through the cracks into other forms of media over time. Like those are the things that I think about when I think about like social impact and how songs influence us. Like those are the things that I look for, and this song was just great.
Yeah, a lot of this set of 10 has a through line production wise of just great saxophone samples or use of saxophone throughout it. And this song, you talked about it with Do Up That Thing, respectability politics. Do Up That Thing would not exist without UNITY. It is basically like Do Up That Thing, beautiful. But this is UNITY is the fuck that bullshit version of this song.
It's the blueprint.
It's the blueprint.
It's the blueprint, and I think it's still to this day. I think it still does it better. Like where it doesn't come up as respectability politics. It comes as like like I said, I'm sick and tired of this shit. I gotta get my shit off.
Yeah, I'm so glad that this song came up. Like, cause when I was putting the list together, like I have to have this song on here, and I'm so glad KB also had it because it's been a really long time. I'll be honest. Today and yesterday might be the first time I've heard it all the way through in a long time. And like listening to it today, like I always knew the part that just gives me like I got two songs ahead that get me hyped up. But when you first hear UNITY and the sax and you're cool and she comes in, who you calling a bitch? And you're like, let's fucking go. Yeah. Like, what are we doing here? And then just like listen to how she breaks down very similarly to like here's the one for the women talking about what you need to go through. Here's the one for the men to talk about stop being on the bullshit, and then just us together as community. And starting it off with like there's always exceptions to the rule. So if we playing around, I know it's cool, and then getting into it. But then you call her name, like to put shit like that in there to be like, yeah, that's the truth of it. Like I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm gonna come off like, no, if we going back and forth and we playing around, you call me a bitch, you call me a hoe, whatever, we mess around. But once you call me out my name for real, I'm about to punch you in the mouth. Like just for real, like this song is like her, so underrated but so timeless. And the juxtaposition of using that smooth as hell production with the hard hitting delivery is what really like ups this song for me. And I would agree with you. I would have this over Do Up That Thing. Like I don't think I had it over ranking wise, but again, that's because I hadn't listened to it. I just knew of like the importance of both. So I Do Up That Thing was there growing up. UNITY was a song from the past. Like I know I have to love. But going over it again, I probably would rejigger it where this would be much higher on the list than Do Up That Thing. But still, beautiful song.
I just remembered there was another Queen Latifah song that came probably out around that time, and I don't think it's on this list.
I don't think it is either.
Ladies first.
I don't know. I can think of is Ladies First.
Not that.
Which one was it?
Just another day in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying. That's two songs now that you remind me of that I'm a little annoyed at myself.
I don't think that's on the list. Damn.
Yeah. I'll be truthful. Like I don't know if that would have made it. Kicking the Door would have made it, and I'm already in my head like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Kicking the Door is so fucking good. But anyway, back to Queen Latifah. And Just Another Day in the Neighborhood was a dope ass song. Kolby, speak on Queen Latifah, UNITY, sir.
Yo, so like, there's no disrespect because like my introduction to Queen Latifah was not UNITY, was not as a hip hop superstar who transcended the man's game. It was as Zora in House Party 2, as Sidney's best friend. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think there's a conversation that's going to be owed because I think that she is going to experience what Will Smith experienced. What there's a bit of room is what separates Cube from the conversation, is that Queen Latifah's movie stardom transcended her hip hop stardom. But it's crazy because it does not diminish or deny how dope that she was as an MC.
I compare it to LL because kids nowadays don't even know LL's a rapper.
Yeah, and like it's interesting because granted, like his movie stardom, I mean, obviously as he gets older, he's in a different lane now where like now he's circling back to rhyming full time, right? And he's not doing film and TV as much, but like it's interesting how, and I think just like you kind of we talked about a little bit before, what was commiserate with the music was the music video. And there was an expectation that came along with their hip hop stardom of like having them both. That's not the expectation now. And I think hip hop, not that it's lost its luster, it just doesn't feel as resonant because the world is so much bigger. The internet has now flooded us with so much content, and all we have is just music. And when you're not that dope, sometimes that music don't have enough if you don't have the second pieces to kind of come along with it. These stars that we're talking about did. Queen Latifah was fly, but you know she wasn't. She wasn't the objective like beauty standard of women, but she was so respected because she was dope. Like she didn't pull any punches. Nobody really like. She was able to sit inside of like a nice pocket of hip hop that wasn't trying to make her be something that she wasn't to be. Like there was like oh, why don't you like show a little shoulder? She said, fuck that. You about to get this little bob haircut and like this shit, right? And you're right. The Pan-Africanism, like she was definitely in the right space to kind of take that and make it her lane. And she didn't need to be bothered by what Kim's would come and Foxy's and stuff like that. And it's a great song. I think I just missed it because so much of what I think of Queen Latifah, like I'm thinking of the credits in movies and in like she's living single. Like set it off. Like
Cleo. You said she you was right. She wasn't caring what Kim and Foxy is saying because she was on the video of Not Tonight, sipping the damn margarita, having a good ass time with him on there. Because they all was chilling. Shaq, give us your thoughts on you and ITY.
Man, listen. Instinct leads me to another flow. Every time I call a girl a bitch or a hoe, trying to make her sister feel low. Like that first verse. Talk about first verses. That is one of my favorite first verses ever. In terms of just the storytelling, the catharsis that you get from the story, like from her getting like the microaggression and her punching him dead and shit, going, "Who you calling a bitch?" It's so satisfying as like a listener to get that like visceral impact, and it again ties into the whole theme of the song, and that it's so impactful. That fucking saxophone, man. I went to go see 2 years ago. LL Cool J was doing his Force tour, and every date had like different special guests that you wouldn't know who was there until it happens. And for the Toronto show, Queen Latifah showed up. And she did that saxophone sample, and I lost my shit. And I was like, I know exactly what's about to happen. And yeah, this song is incredible. This is one of those songs that like it's unfortunate that this song still holds relevance now because women are still getting this type of disrespectful treatment on the regular. It's frustrating as hell. And this is, like I said, this song is the like explosion of internal rage that like needed to happen. It's very listenable as a song, but it works so much better as like pure catharsis, as in terms of like actual social movements, social change, ideally. And also with the Pan-Africanism, I think back of like that episode of Bob's Burgers when Gene dressed up as that early version of Queen Latifah so much. And he's even like, "Who are you dressed like?" I'm dressed like Queen Latifah in her UNITY era, and I'm like, "Hell yeah!" But no, this song,
turns edge, man.
Yeah, this song's fucking incredible.
Absolutely,
I love it so much. Again, I'm gonna say the favorite Queen Latifah song. This is like my favorite one of hers.
I guess I got you on the right set of 10, and I'm absolutely fucking loving it. Absolutely love it. I got you right set of 10. All right, next up, we got this man twice on this list. Trying to figure out which one's coming up, and for me, this is one of my earliest memories, trying to figure out what the hell he's saying on that second verse of Shimmy Shimmy Y'all with Old Dirty Bastard, and not realizing until like 7-8 years later that it's just him rewinding the thing and running it back. Fam, how do you go one verse, rewind it, run it back, and it's the whole fucking song. The whole song, and it is fire. I just got finished watching Mission Impossible on Amazon Prime, and in the middle of it, they have this like little girl's birthday party commercial, and they have this song as the song. Ding 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 ding. Dude, shimmy shimmy y'all, shimmy yam, shimmy yay. Like it is old quintessential ODB. Just you think he's the dude that's just the hype man for Wu-Tang? No, the man spits. The man spits and goes crazy and will give you the same exact verse, slightly differentiated for verse 1 and verse 3, and you will love every single second of it. This shit is just like, I'm assuming did RZA produce this? Did he help reduce? It's again, it's just RZA.
He did produce it. Yeah, RZA produced it.
Oh my God, RZA just with I think I said it with Triumph, like his use of, I don't know what it's called, but of just that rising portion, just he loves using that, and it's so well done mixed with the piano, and ODB's voice just Killer Bees on the Swarm, rain on your college ass disco. Just man, me and KB had it just about damn near the same. I had it at 58, 59. Go ahead, KB, because I know you vibing out to it right now.
Oh yeah, as you was talking, I was just like playing the whole song in my head. Like, not for nothing, ODB was probably my favorite out of the Wu-Tang. And it ain't had to do necessarily with his rapping skills, although he did have rapping skills, but it was more than just his rapping skills, right? And I think Busta Rhymes kind of talked about it when he first listened to Return of 36 Chambers. He was like, this man is, and I think that's what helped him kind of took, I can't remember which album it was. I think it was the one that with Give Me Some More was on. But
Extinction Level Event then.
Yeah, Extinction Level Event. It was like, he was like, man, this man, he's telling you his story, he's telling you his life, he's giving it to you raw and uncut, right? And then he's dropping all of these like references to like, what you would call it, what do they call that? My brain is getting so old, I can't remember these terms. But little moments in human history that kind of stick with you as you grow older. I can't remember the word for it, but he references a lot of these things, old commercials, old TV shows, a line from a movie, like all through his songs, he does that. It's almost like he got ADHD when he be rapping, you know what I mean? But he will reference these off the wall things to make sense of what he's talking about in his song. And I don't want to say like, maybe I might be saying that, but I feel like he might have slightly influenced the guys in the rap battle sense, because they too sometimes will use a reference and you're like, I don't know where you're going with this. But they will use it as a metaphor to describe how they're attacking their opponent. You know what I mean? And ODB did a lot of that in his songs. There's no father to this man's style for real. He was not jokingly. He said that. Like, that man was all over the place.
Woo-ha Got You All in Check is coming off of Ooh Baby, I Like It Raw.
Yeah. For sure.
100%.
For sure.
100%.
This is pure nonsense rap in the most respectful way, but it's on purpose.
But it's beautiful.
It is like it's like there's almost like a science that only he understands, right? And it's made so palatable that it works. It's not a gimmick, because I feel like a gimmick can be like easily deflated, but like he carved out a niche amongst rappers who I guess like objectively are more respected than he is, but he was no slouch, right? Like, this was a great song, and it ain't about shit. Like, it has kids. Don't even remember how young. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Like, and I just wanted to be like a little rap monster. Like, that's all I thought. Like, I wanted to be like a little goblin. Like, if you could be able to take Tasmanian Devil and like turn him into a little hood nigga, like that's what this was.
You know how like specific songs get, like when it's played in your childhood, you are transported back to, and you can visibly see where you are. This is one of those songs for me, 100%. And while I was like in my backyard in Virginia singing this alongside my brother, also thinking, wait a second, is there 50 or 52 states? Shit, I don't fucking know. I don't know which one it is. I don't know. Shaq, speak on Shimmy Shimmy Y'all.
Man, like, you brought up a very interesting point that this song is essentially the same verse done twice. So now that I'm thinking about it, this is like, you think about it, a song with the same verse done twice that's very catchy, that the moment it starts, everybody knows what to say. This song is essentially Mr. Brightside before Mr. Brightside. Like, this, like you said, this song don't mean shit. Ain't shit going on. But ODB, his energy is so infectious, unbelievably so, that you're, even if he's saying the most absolute nonsense, you're still going with it. And like you said, and even though it is like thematically nonsense, the bars are still very clear and apparent. Like, he still knows what the fuck he's doing. It's controlled chaos in a perfect way. That being said, I know I've said it so many times, like, oh, this is my favorite song, but by da-da-da. This is not my favorite, but it is still on this list.
The favorite is on the list, though. The favorite is on the list. We will talk about it in a bit. We will talk about it in a bit.
Yeah, I do love this song. It's so much fun to listen to still. Yeah, it's a banger. It's the most off-the-wall banger.
For real, 100%. We're gonna move from Old Dirty Bastard, because we can talk about him a little bit later, to the man that my wife said, when is he on the list? Because if he's not on the list, I'm gonna kill you. He debuted last week, and now he's going at number 63. What's my name?
Hey, let me take that to favorite DMX song.
There you go. There you fucking.
What's funny is
go ahead, Shaq. Take it off from me. Take it from here.
This was actually my intro to DMX, because again, too young to listen to when It's Dark and Hell's Hot came out, but I remember my uncle was watching like Rap City, and they played it on, and first time I actually was scared, because I'm like, this dude is so intense. I was terrified as a fucking 6-year-old, but like, and especially with those dark ass piano. That dark ass piano like scared the fuck out of me. Ding. But going back to it, I was so transfixed. I'm like, man, this is like, once I actually got to really listen, I'm like, no, this is one of the hardest songs I've ever heard in my life. And it's a perfect introduction to, like, obviously, like, he has the intro song from the first album, but like, to anyone who doesn't know him, to like, if you want to go like, this is what he is, this is exactly it. His flow on this is incredible. Just going by the same, like, duh, and then essentially almost like a spoken word, like a spoken word interlude in between these big proclamations. It's so fucking sick, and every single one, and I love how each proclamation leads into like the interlude of like what he's gonna say, and then you go into like the actual hook itself. What y'all really want? Like it, bro. The barking, like it fits so perfectly, and even I think of like, that's one where I think also about the video, like seeing him in like the red coat with that big ass
everybody
hoodie
around him in all white.
And with my favorite part of that video is actually the intro, when they do the piano intro and the lights are timed to each thing. I'm like, that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The Jay-Z cameo, he's there for like 2 seconds just to show up. I'm like, no.
Just for when I was listening to it, Dave, every time he said, claiming you got figures as big as jiggas,
and he's just there, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, it's one of the coolest fucking songs ever. I love this shit.
Two weeks in a row we have DMX. No, go ahead, Shaq. Finish it off real quick.
No, that's it. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row we have DMX, and there's something about when DMX asks questions in a song that just makes it so fucking good. KB, go ahead, man. You had it at 51.
This is actually my favorite DMX song.
There you go.
Hands down.
There you go.
And I realized this maybe about 8 or 9 years ago, when the song was playing somewhere in the background, and I don't know what I was doing, but I just got amped, like real amped. Like, I wish a motherfucker would right now amped, right? And I was like, damn, why am I feeling like this? And then when I pay attention to the song, I was like, oh, it's What's My Name? And I'm sitting down there, I'm just looking at this video and stuff like that. I'm like, man, like, this song is fire. This song is fire. And I mean, like, listen, like, you know, I still cling on to the introduction of "Get At Me Dog" and stuff like that. Like, that's still important to me as a youth when he first came out. But this song right here, I don't know, man. It was just like, it felt like he was just on the top of the mountain, kicking all his enemies off and screaming to them as he kicked them off. What's my name? Like, woo, chills, man.
This is DMX. Just kicks him into the well and shit.
like real chills, yo. And I think that's why I was like, yeah, I think this might be the song of DMX that I enjoy the most, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah, so like going through DMX's catalog, like you can see you have a lot of different versions of them. You got the more introspective and like slipping and shit. You got the storytelling with Damien. But you right, Shaq, like songs like this are quintessential. We talked about it last week. DMX is a nigga. He is just a dude. Just I am gonna be me. And you just start off with those. I gotta restart it now just to listen to it. You start off with those pianos and half rapping ass motherfuckers. You think it's a game? You think it's a fucking game?
You hear that? You're like, I'm going to fight somebody right now.
Somebody. And just like a lot of these lists I've seen, or a lot of people they bring up Party Up. They bring up X Gon' Give It To You. And I think you brought it up last week, KB. I can't remember what song it was, but there was a song you was like, you like it, but it's hip hop, but you feel like it's more poppy.
Yes.
And like Party Up specifically, it's poppy, but also when you listen to what he says, he's still thugging it out like crazy in what he said on Party Up. But this is no question. My name is Dark Man X, and it is Dark Man X for a reason. Do not fuck with me. And just like the end of the video, just like that. Just doing that at the end of the video just caps it off. I was going through songs and then I played this again. I was like, yes, abso-fucking-lutely, yes. So yeah, it made up your top 500. Yeah, man, I saw it and I was like, man, we gonna up you, Bar. We gonna up you on these DMX songs for real. Kolby, go ahead, speak on What's My Name from X-Men.
Yo, the closest that I ever got to being in a gang was growing up in Yonkers. Growing up in Yonkers, living on Ravine, Glenwood Gardens, second unit murderers. Like, keep in mind, I'm in elementary school. However, anytime that I would see people go, because like we had a few, I was in the second unit, niggas on the other side lived in the first unit, and we would just fight all the time. And X was the score to these fights. Like, it's just like, yo, KK, you coming downstairs? Nah, I can't. But I will watch and I will, hit that nigga, hit him. Like, I will egg somebody on, but like the fact that so much of X and everything in this song is angry, but it also has this kind of resonance to it because there's this immense amount of pride that he commands from everybody. And like in this particular age, truly before drugs got the best of him, like his peak was like something like really, really interesting. And the way that he put on for my city, like I feel kindred by it, right? And don't get me wrong, we've had a lot of other folks kind of passing through Yonkers and stuff like that. It's an unofficial sixth borough, of New York and stuff like that. Mary likes to not claim Yonkers. She's from Slow Bomb. Okay, like we know where she comes from, and X is undeniable in like how this hood energy is not gang energy, but it feels like something like it. And this song is so rough. Obviously, why the Brandon is from the Rough Riders, and like you pick your poison of what song you like. This isn't necessarily my favorite X song, but it is like most gully X song.
Gully as hell. Like I was in second grade. You talk about get at me, dog. I was in second grade. Me and my boys were having a bark off contest to see who could bark the best because of fucking get at me, dude. Like it's absolutely crazy. And last thing on X before we move on to the next one, I recently saw this thing about like how every era of hip hop has like your big three or whatever. Talking about Drake, Cole, and Kendrick now. Talk about Big Pac and Nas at the moment. There was one right in the 90s. Where it was Big Pac and somebody else, but it was J, Nas, M, and I was like, who gets kicked out of that for DMX? Because DMX is kicking somebody out for that three. Because like, and in my head, I think it's Eminem, which is fucking wild. Mm-hmm. But
I think that makes sense though.
It does. Yeah. DMX is I think the only artist to have 5 albums in a row hit number 1 and 2 albums in the same year go platinum. The man had the world jumping to a song we're gonna talking about later, and everybody knows the video in your head of what the fuck I'm talking about. X was that dude. getting you hyped. And I told you, we're going from hyped to hype to hype. We went from Who You Calling a Bitch to one of the hypest dude ever to What's My Name to the second song on TMNT Mayhem that just gets you hyped as shit at all times. Ante Up! Kolby, you had it at 43. Go ahead and start. Ante Up is
Yo, so all right, this is the thing. We just obviously just talked about like what it would feel like if I were to partake in the shenanigans of trying to jump fools, right? Ante Up is the true anthem to you ain't about this, come with it. If not, we're about to wreck your shop. It's so good, it made YT people feel like, yeah, Ante Up. Like, this is
I know what robbery is.
Yeah, this is a fight song. This is an ultimate party song. Like, if you just need to if you need to have like a in case of emergency, just break glass, if you want to cut up and get shit rough, this is that. Like this is so fun. It's fun music. It doesn't feel like, like it's rough, but not in the sense of like you feel like you can't partake in this, right? This is a very inclusive, hype, party, rough anthem, and I love it.
Yeah, I absolutely love, again, every time I listen to it, I want to run it back a couple of times. One thing I noticed about it today that really, really, just highlighted how good this song is the difference between the two dudes. Do y'all know their name? Because I thought one of them was,
Lil Fame, and then I don't remember the other one.
Billy Dance.
That's it. Yeah.
So when you juxtapose, Lil Fame's voice is hella high. Like, you don't recognize it's high, and then all of a sudden, Brownsville, and he comes in, and you just go back and forth with just different ways. Again, you want to work out to Ante Up. You have to get him, hit him. Just, it is hype music to the nth degree. And you said it too. It's also party music that you just hands up. We ain't stopping. We just gonna keep going again and again and again. This song, again, it makes you want to go rob somebody, respectively. Just with all the respect in the world, I'm gonna snatch that chain real quick, just so you know. It is just hype personified, and you just can't stop when you listen to this song. Shaq, go ahead, talk about it.
God, yeah, like this song is straight violence. That's what this is.
Violence.
And like, obviously, when you hear a song used a lot in media, especially when it's like comes to certain rap songs, you like get a slight fear that it might kind of dilute the impact of it, especially with this song, considering how often it's played in everything from every
it's played like 3 times in TMNT, 3 different times.
I watched A Simple Favor with Anna Kendrick, and there's a scene where she's rapping Ante Up, and you know what? None of those things have diluted a second of that song. That song, every time I hear, like, you hear that, I'm like, I'm ready to jump and just kick somebody. Like, that's a mosh pit ass song. Like, hip hop mosh pits, that might as well be the genesis of it, really. God, yeah, Billy Dance and Lil Fame, 2 very different voices, but convey the exact same amount of aggression in a way that's so perfectly in sync with a group like that. God, and like, that song is like, I probably would put it in my top, like in my own list. I'd be angry if it wasn't in my top 50. Because like that's one of the most easily replayable songs for me ever. And yeah, like, God, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Like this song is so good. It's aggressive as hell. It's the most violent party anthem other than like what Knuck If You, like it's in the top tier along with like Knuck If You Buck.
Knuck If You Buck, Party Up. This Shaq, help me out. What is making that sound that goes through all of it that perfectly encapsulates?
I don't know what that
I don't know what that is, but that sound just hits you.
Also, I'd like to make mention as a wrestling fan that at the very beginning, John ended up being sampled for John Cena in one of the biggest wrestling themes ever, one of the biggest wrestlers ever.
Yeah.
It's still wild to me. So like that link, it is no matter what happens with like ADM, it still has its own link to the chain follows through for wherever because people are so associated with like that sound to that song. It's it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, and Kolby, I do have to say at the end of the song, being a connoisseur yourself, it's one of the best uses of just finishing off a song with nigga. It's just crazy. KB, go ahead, round out Andy up for us, man.
So when I first heard this song, especially in the tunnel, and I had no business being in the tunnel. I don't even know,
Oh my god.
I don't know how I even got into the tunnel, but I got into the tunnel, and when this song came on, it was pure anarchy. Like they had to have extra security in the tunnel whenever this song was about to play because motherfuckers just did not know how to behave themselves. When the video came out for this song, I think it just took it to the next level. Because around that time too, um, this is again the era where hip hop was really starting to hit the global stage, right?
Mhm.
Everybody's eyes now, the whole world's eyes is on hip hop at this point. So this was the perfect time for them to drop this banger of a hood anthem. And that's exactly what this is. It's a hood anthem.
Hood.
Argue with your mama, right? This is a hood anthem, right? Now, I forgot who mentioned it before, but as far as like this being one of those, songs that like turn people up, like it's just the epitome of turning people up, right? So again, at the time when that song came out, I didn't even understand or would not have imagined the longevity of this song,
Yeah.
right? Um, and the reason why I liked MOP is because it was the kind of hip hop that I cherish the most. Definitely stemming from rap groups like Onyx, which is one of my favorite rap groups. Like honestly, it's Wu Tang, Mobb Deep, Onyx. You could change them around however you want. Those are my top three, right? And with Onyx, when they drop Slam, it's the same vibe.
Yes.
It's the same
Mhm.
energy. It's damn near the
Make noise,
same
me
hook.
boys.
Yeah, like, and I mean, it's lyrical venom from all three of those guys, right? So when I see this song now, Anti Up, I'm like, yeah, it's that same energy, it's that same vein, right? But I think the only difference is, and I thought about this a lot over the years, and especially now as I hear everybody talk about it. If Slam came out around that same time, I feel like Andy Up and Slam would be those two songs that could easily battle for that spot of the hood classic, hood banger, get everybody riled up type of song, right? I
Mhm.
think we would equally hear both of those songs in movies, TV shows, and commercials, like we do with Anti Up to this day, right?
Mhm.
Video games, we hear this song, like, and you know what? And part of me is kind of happy for MOP that they got that because a lot of those rappers from that time, like I think about like Das Effects, I think about Fushnikins and guys like that. Like a lot of them kind of faded and didn't really get the opportunity to shine. They didn't get that longevity. The music game is nasty. It was very nasty back then, right? It's still nasty now, but it was very nasty back then. So like, there's a lot of people who I felt um, should still be here today, right? And I was so happy to see that MOP, at least with Anti Up, is still they still have some relevancy to this day with
Don't
that.
forget they follow up. Cold as ice was
I
cold as
was about
fucking
to
ice
say,
as well.
Cold as Ice is such
Whew.
an talk about an underrated banger.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely an underrated banger. And I again, like that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, they drop these hits at the right time to just keep their career going, and keep money in their pocket, because that's really what it'd be for me. Like I want to see the veterans be able to live off of their work. So seeing that this song is on this list, knowing that people still reference this song to this day, it brings joy to my heart. there was the intro song. I know for a fact I put higher up because it's the intro to the individuals who was later create this song. But yeah, this song definitely one of the best songs they've ever put together.
Yeah. I don't know if there's another line to Broke People Everywhere that resonates more than I'm 999 thou short of a mil.
Yeah.
Because I heard that. I was like, boy, ooh, that hurts. And just speaking on how far this goes, I mean, this isn't that far, but I always laugh every time this comes up on Apple Music. This is the fucking You Got Served. Is the freaking album cover for this damn song?
Because
every
it's on
time?
the soundtrack. Because I remember it's the exact scene when it's after the white guys had beaten fucking Omarion and thing. They basically took over the club and they go. The first dance scene since they beat them is to Andy Up, and they're going crazy. And then, they beat whatever crew they're looking at. They see Marcus Houston in the corner. They're like, "Ha, we took over!" And that song is playing the whole time. That was actually the first time I heard it. And I was like, man, this song goes crazy. Put out my MP3 player, like, holy shit.
Just immediately.
Yeah, immediately all-time favorite. I'm like, this is going to be the one.
And to finish off this list, we talked about the man. We're going to bring him up now. Actually, KB's one, I think his highest song that has come up so far, for me, goes hand in hand with Shimmy Shimmy, y'all. Brooklyn Zoo. I'm going to go to KB first because you have it all the way up at 11. My guy, go ahead.
Yeah. Shame on you when you step through too. The old dirty bastard. Okay? When we, again, like Kolby was mentioning before, it be straight randomness, sometimes nonsense. But damn if it ain't good. Like, this is old. I don't know if this is a good comparison, but it's like, this is Old Dirty Bastards, Black and Yellow.
Okay.
All right.
Let him cook.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't know nothing about Brooklyn before, my God, he made sure to let it be known in this song, man. I mean, I still remember to this day, me and my boys, when this song came out, and we was going crazy. Everybody was going crazy over this song. This song played non-stop on the radio, yo. Like, every day and night it was playing. People who ain't even from Brooklyn was Brooklyn. Shame you. I mean, in fact, I think you mentioned it before. How he Shak, how he infectious his energy is, and it's like this song was just undeniable, man. It was like this was another song that used to play in the fucking tunnel that used to have people going crazy. And again, you didn't have to be from Brooklyn to enjoy this song, man. It is what it is, man. This guy was fun, rowdy hip hop, man. I can't say no more, man.
Absolutely
crazy.
Yeah, man. 100% Shak. We've hit you in all the right spots.
Exactly. Like I said,
this is perfect. So let's finish it off with this one.
This is the one for me. This is the ODB song that I go to so fast immediately. And talk about like song from like violence to violence to violence, and this one is also violence. Like
straight violence.
This shit, man. Hold on, let me find the line. Let me make sure I get it right. Yeah. Without a doubt, I never been taken out by a nigga who couldn't figure. By a nigga who couldn't figure. By a nigga
Brooklyn
figure how to pull a fucking gun trigger. I said, get
the fuck out of here.
I will spit that line every time it comes out. I will do that with the most venom in my body. That like
I think I flipped over a table once to that.
Yeah. And again, with this, it's like I said, it's unconventional. He's doing like odd things that would like normally you'd be like, what the hell? Like with his voice and delivering certain lines, like my hip hop drops on your head like hey. You're like, that normally with anybody else, you'd be like, that's weird. With him, it works again to his benefit. He knows how to manipulate his style in ways that are so unconventional, but works so perfect sonically for him especially. And this is just one long ass verse of just bar after bar after bar of just hard shit, and I love that. That's my favorite style. So like, yeah, this is perfect. I love this song so much, and again, shout out to who's what produces True Master. This shit was fucking great.
This song got me in so much trouble as a child. Me, my brother, and my best friend at the time, tall, lanky ass white kid. Anytime we would start Brooklyn Zoo, my mom would say, "Don't you finish that fucking line? Go to your room right now." And like my friend tried to like play it off. Brooklyn Zoo, out, kicked him out the house right then and there. Go home right now, dude. This just. What I think about most hilariously, one is again the iconicness of ODB almost getting blown up when he did Ghetto Superstar on the MTV Awards, and then also taking MTV to go in a limo with him and his 4 or 5 children to go get food stamps, which was freaking wild and crazy. But also, this song is so good and so transcendent, and his voice is so memorable. I forgot to mention it for What's My Name, but all these rappers who do the ad libs owe DMX so fucking much. And because sonically his voice is so great. Sonically his voice is so on songs in A minor. Alicia Keys just basically takes this whole song and makes Girlfriend. It's this song. It's this beat. It's ODB's voice.
Yeah, it's his ad-libs in the background in that, right?
It's his ad-libs in the background. Yeah. Jermaine Dupri just said, let me just take this masterpiece and just drop it right into another New York, soon-to-be New York legend, R&B song-wise. Whether or not you think she can sing or not, it doesn't matter. The song is a fucking vibe and a lot, because Brooklyn Zoo, I forgot that Brooklyn Zoo doesn't have hooks. It's just once Brooklyn Zoo and then just rapping. Just straight rapping. The song is fire.
I mean,
it's fire.
I guess you could consider the ending part the hook. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. It's not even at the beginning. It's just at the end. You're right. He just goes in, punch you in the mouth as well. Kolby, speak on it before we finish off tonight, man.
Yeah, you know what? Y'all said everything so great, and to be honest with you, I don't hold a lot of reverence for this song.
All right.
I cannot pin down why, but I think that y'all elevated it so much.
Hey man, it's just it's beauty, it's chaos, and like we talking about like it's nonsense, but like some of the best rap is when it's nonsense, but you know what he's doing. And in this for ODB, it's just random connection, but like I watched a lot of reactions to music, and this one pair of dudes like listened to Run the Jewels song that was on the Black Panther soundtrack, and they didn't like it. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. There's the conscious stuff they do and the stuff where they say, I can rap better than you, and that's all I'm doing right now. ODB, his nonsense was, I'm the shit, I'm gonna rap better than you, and I'm just gonna put it all out there. That's what his shit was, and it was fire. Straight greatness.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to have a theme. It has a feeling. And like Shimmy Shimmy, like that's the thing. Shimmy Shimmy Y'all and this are like two very, very like wildly different songs. Both of them are like kind of nonsensical, but the feelings are very different, but they're very pointed. And this is a pointed ass song of like, I will beat your ass. Like literally the opening of the song. It's like, I'll bust that nigga ass right now. Ain't nothing fuck with me.
Yeah, just exactly. And you step into Brooklyn, you know what it's about. 100% know what it's about.
And I also too, I don't want anybody that's listening when we talking about ODB and like the silliness and the antics of ODB, like please do not get it twisted. Like this man is a true lyricist. If you listen to 236 Chambers, there's some songs on there where he doesn't have any of the silliness at all. He's just coming at you straight raw raps, like, and that's fire too. So like I don't want nobody to get it twisted. Yo, like antics aside, he was a lyricist. First and foremost.
It's similar to the legend of Missy. Like they can come up and just talk like the most nonsense stuff, but you're like, I don't care how nonsensical this is. This makes all the sense in the world to me. And this is just rapping for rapping's sake to show you how skilled I am, and it's great. It's absolutely great. But yeah, that was the 10 for this week. Absolutely fire playlist. Again, Shak, thank you for coming on, because apparently we got every single favorite song of yours.
Y'all picked the right set of songs.
Right set of 10 perfectly.
I think my only issue, I'm like, this should be lower on the list.
Yeah. Or higher on the list.
But I understand finding like a singular best rap song when there are literal thousands is
It's
a
crazy.
difficult ass task. So props to y'all for condensing it down, but y'all are hitting the right ones. I'm very glad.
We've been having fun. This is week 4. We got about 6 weeks left, and we're just gonna have a lot more fun. But real quick before we go on, a recap of this 10. Shaq decided for us that number 70 is gonna be "Do Wop That Thing" by Miss Lauryn Hill. Then going on to his favorite Nas song, "The World Is Yours" for number 69. Moving on to his favorite Tribe song, number 68, "Can I Kick It?" Moving on to, I will say it again, my only song on this whole 100 that I don't technically like, but you know what? It's a classic. "Push It" by Salt and Pepper. Moving on to number 66, "All Right" by Kendrick Lamar. UNITY at 65 by Queen Latifah. "Shimmy Shimmy Y'all," ODB, number 64. Favorite DMX song of Shaq, "What's My Name," at 63. "Annie Up," "Yap That Fool," "Annie Up," "Kidnap That Fool," number 62. And again, another favorite, ODB, "Brooklyn Zoo," at number 61. Reminder, next week we will be going 60 to 51. Not a week, but a week and a couple of days. Tuesday, the 8th at 7 EST. Please join us. And as always, to finish it off, for all of y'all who thinking we talking some mess.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.